everybody. Hey, welcome back to a little show we like to call This is Roll with the Troll. Hey, we're excited because we're talking about Cobra Kai today.
Yeah.
And Cobra Kai now is like 2.5 months away?
It's crazy.
Is that right? Cobra Kai season 5, September 9th. What is it now? Today is June 12th. Well, it's almost through. It's okay, fuck it. Look, it's not that far away. It's coming up. Today we're doing a what if. You know how Marvel Comics likes to do what if? Yeah. Like what if, and it's stupid shit. It's always like what if Iron Man shoved so-and-so off a cliff and they ate their own ass? Oh my God. In this case, we're doing a what if with Cobra Kai. What if Mr. Miyagi never taught Daniel karate?
This is a great question.
I think this is a really good one. So, all right, let's get into the whole fucking thing. Yeah. First, we got to sort this out because let's keep in mind when Mr. Miyagi came along exactly in Daniel's life. All right, let's recap. Daniel was having a decent life back in New Jersey. His mom drove him to California in a jalopy because she had this great job working with computers. Yes. It's funny how back then that's all they had to say was just working with computers. Yeah. They didn't get any more detail. Just, doing something with computers, and that told the story. Yeah. Anyway, so Lucille drives him all the way here, if you can call it driving in that fucking piece of shit car. Drives him all the way here for this job in computers. Job in computers does not materialize. Instead, she takes a job at a fucking restaurant. She could have just done that in New Jersey. Daniel starts getting his ass kicked full time. Yeah. Like, Daniel just immediately starts getting his ass kicked. And he's trying to hit on Allie. He's trying to get somewhere with Allie. It is not easy to look manly in front of a chick when you're getting your ass kicked every fucking day. This poor kid. Right. Yeah. That's why he told her, go away, leave me alone. Yeah. See, he was pretty rude about that. He had everything going against him. He was poorly dressed, no car. Even his mom didn't really have a valid vehicle. Right. Yeah. Everything was, he's new in town. Every single thing was wrong. Yeah. And then as soon as he gets here, he gets beaten up and he's got no friends. In front of her. Yeah. In front of her. Completely. Yeah. I mean, oh my fucking Lord, Daniel. In real life, you would need a Mr. Miyagi just to keep from offing yourself after everything this poor Daniel went through. So he was not off to a great start when he landed in California. No, within 2 days, his life was over. Yeah. I hate this bike. I hate this fucking bike. I hate this fucking bike. So, all right. So Mr. Miyagi came along after several ass beatings, after very humiliating moments. And Mr. Miyagi came along right when Daniel tried fighting all those skeletons. Remember that? Those skeletons all came at him by the fence? Kai? What do you mean? The Cobra Kai? Huh? It was the Cobra Kai dressed as in their skeleton costumes. Oh, they were in skeleton costumes. Yes. Oh, okay. I thought there was, okay. Well, anyway, so they were in skeleton costumes then. They came after Daniel. They chased him. He tried to get over the fence. He almost made it over the fence. Yeah, yeah. Remember that? He was so close. He was so close. And then they got him. Yeah. He kicked his fucking ass. That's when enter Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi doesn't even break a sweat. Beats up 5 teenagers, no problem. Yeah. Okay. So now here's where Daniel starts getting trained, right? That is what ultimately leads to the whole training. Yes. So what would have happened from there on out had there been no lessons from Mr. Miyagi? I think that Daniel would have continued to get his ass whooped for the remainder of the school year. Yeah, he really fucked up, right? Because Johnny and the guys had kind of let it go. Yeah, and Daniel, being true to Daniel, he cannot stop himself from re-instigating and stirring the whole thing up all over again. And I can see that just would have been a cycle that, rinse, lather, repeat multiple times between then and graduation. He just would have continued to get his ass beat. It's ironic you said rinse, lather, repeat after he tried, he doused Johnny in a fucking shower. Shower costume. That was kind of, I'm like, is that a fucking pun? It's a funny thing. I would have done what Daniel did because even though it seems like it had been a few weeks since the last ass beating, I would have done the same thing. If you see it all teed up like that, it's a great opportunity. I wouldn't have been able to help it. Yeah. In fact, I've done very similar things to people. Even when you should let it go and you're like, it's done, it's not. As long as something's stewing in your heart that says go after him, you're going to go after him. Yeah. So, Daniel can't help himself. He would have continued to do that, and the Cobra Kais would have continued to respond. So you're thinking, even though they had left him alone for a while, he is re-instigating all this. Oh yeah, they're not going to let that slide. No, they can't. That's against their creed. And he's still fucking Allie, right? So these guys are especially pissed off because it would have been one thing if he went on like a date with Allie and then she dumped him and it was over. But that's not what happened. He's still with her all the time. Right. I still think that would have been a relationship that crashed and burned with or without Mr. Miyagi being a part of Daniel's life, but I think it would have probably crashed and burned even a little earlier. Okay. All right. So you're thinking, wow, this is 2 what ifs. You're thinking if Mr. Miyagi never got involved with Daniel, Daniel would have been bullied all year. Yep. And he would have lost Allie sooner and not in the summertime, not at the end of the school year.
Yep, for sure. They wouldn't have made it to tournaments.
Oh my Lord!
Let alone prom.
Daniel wouldn't have even known about the tournament. He wouldn't have had the tournament on his radar.
Right, that's why I said time.
Wow. Okay, I see. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the tournament was in December back then. I'm thinking of Cobra Kai. Now it's in May. Okay, yeah, it's different. Okay, well, so yeah, there definitely would have been a lot of ass kicking. Is there a chance though? Let's do some what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that Daniel, on his own, would have learned some karate from that fucking book he had? Remember that?
He would have tried. Yeah. Yeah, I think that he would have continued to try to learn that from the book. He might have tried taking some classes at the Y or something like that. But he wouldn't have had the kind of expert training that Mr. Miyagi gave him.
Could Freddie have taught him some karate? I don't know. Freddie?
No, Freddie didn't even know karate.
I don't know. Freddie seems like he was just trying to keep it reserved, like he didn't want to let on. Because remember when Daniel kicked the door and then it kicked Freddie and Freddie went down?
Yep.
I think the look in Freddie's eyes suggested he was going to do some karate on Daniel, but he didn't want to. He wanted to hold up.
I did not get that impression at all.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just making shit up.
Yeah, I know.
Random. All right, so yeah, this would have been bad. Daniel, did you think Daniel had even like a 5% chance of toughening up? Okay, how about this? Daniel, either way, well, he'd already been to fucking to Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And he'd already seen those guys were there, so he wasn't going to fuck with that anymore.
Right. He knew he couldn't go there.
So that's true. He knew that. Okay, so could he have gone somewhere else though? Maybe he doesn't learn from the book.
He could have, but how was he going to pay for it? Money was clearly an issue for,
No, Lucille had that great job in computers.
which never materialized. And no, I don't think he would have been able to afford taking lessons at a dojo.
Do you know what an asshole I would feel like if in high school my mom moved me clear across the country for what was supposed to be a great job, and then we get there and she's working a job she could have worked anywhere, like right back at home. He doesn't have Judy anymore. Nothing's going right. Oh my God. I'd have felt like such an ass.
He did give his mom a hard time about that.
Not enough of one. I would have never let her hear the end of that if that was my mom. Every day I'd have been like,
well, that's the difference between you and
Daniel. Daniel's a better man than me now?
No, just
Daniel's got more patience than I do.
Different relationship with his mother.
All right. Let me ask you this. Would Daniel still have caught a fly with chopsticks if he never got trained from Mr. Miyagi, just on his own? Maybe that's something he would have taken up.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I do not think so. I'll tell you something else, too. I don't think that he would have ever gotten any kind of a handle on his anger and rage and impulsivity.
I'm not sure that he did. It's 40 years later on Cobra Kai.
No, I know. He still struggles with that for sure, but I think that he made some inroads. He made some progress on that, and he's aware of it, and that's only because of Mr. Miyagi. Without Mr. Miyagi, he wouldn't have even been able to do that.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
What if Daniel went looking for help elsewhere?
Yeah.
Ran into a Mr. Terry Silver. Somehow they meet. I don't know.
Okay.
Daniel meets him, and Terry Silver, not knowing that he's mixed up with Johnny and Cobra Kai, Terry Silver starts training Daniel.
I love it.
Oh, if only we could get some CGI and go back and make it where we do an alternate version of the first Karate Kid. That'd be incredible.
Someone out there can do that.
Someone probably can. You've got plenty of footage of Daniel and Terry Silver just a few years later.
Yeah.
You could CGI that up.
Yeah.
Change what they're saying and doing a little bit.
Yeah. Take it to the tournament.
That would be a fucking riot. And Terry Silver shows up at the tournament, and there he's facing off against Kreese.
Yes. John Kreese. Here, I'm introducing my new students.
All right, I got one.
Yeah.
What if, when Mr. Miyagi said, in our what if Mr. Miyagi said to Daniel, no, I'm not going to teach you karate. What if Daniel flew to Okinawa, learned karate from fucking Sato and Chosen?
Why would he go to Okinawa?
Why not? Just randomly. Maybe he knows that's where great karate is. He goes out there on his mom's dime. She's got plenty of dough to throw around for this.
Sure.
Right. He flies out there and he comes back an ass kicker, and then he fights Johnny in a what if at the tournament, trained by Chosen and Sato.
Wow, you're getting very complex now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very fantastical.
Byron, what do you think, buddy? Byron's like the greatest storyteller of all time. Like he's so fucking creative. I would love to know how this fan fiction lines up with some of the pre-existing fan fiction we've got going on for Halloween.
Yeah.
This is a good time.
Well, without Mr. Miyagi, Daniel never would have learned balance. He never would have...
I'll never have balance that way. Not with Allie. Not with them. Not with me. I love the way he says it, not with me. And then we get that great moment, right when you really do feel like, yeah, all hope is lost. Yeah. We get the sound we all love, and that's...
Yep, that's it.
And then Mr. Miyagi starts his shit. And I was a little kid at the time. I remember I turned to my dad. I go, is that real? Are there people that can heal with like energy? And my dad just laughed and he goes, no. But there are energy healers out there who claim to be able to do things like this. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's footage, there's video footage out there of this kind of thing happening. You just never know if it's real or not.
Well, if you've ever done Reiki or anything like that, I mean, you know, there's something to it.
Well, okay, then I don't know. So then Daniel got a lesson in Reiki too. You know what's only fair, though, voice of reason?
What's that?
It's only fair. Well, two things are fair. For one, it'd be fair that if you're still listening, which obviously you are, click the like button, please.
Yes.
Support the channel. We're struggling here. We don't have enough subscribers. We're not monetized. Nothing's going on. It's just us bullshitting. So please like, subscribe, click the bell icons and all that stuff.
We're having a great time.
And also comment. We've talked about so much shit already here in the video.
We're getting great comments.
Comment. We get the best comments ever. Everybody, fucking Keith and Gary and Byron. We get so many fucking great people in the comments. Yeah. It is a hoot. Every time it's a hoot. I only get to them like every few days or so, just because of work and shit. So when I do, I unload. It's great.
Yeah.
But the other thing I was going to say was, if he never had Mr. Miyagi training him, could some good have come out of that? We've talked about all the bad.
Yeah.
Is it possible, for example, is it possible that maybe Allie wouldn't have dumped him if he didn't spend so much time fishing with Mr. Miyagi? Is that possibly a thing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess we can speculate. It could go either way. My personal opinion is I think the relationship would have ended a lot faster.
Yeah, she was still hung up on Johnny. She's still hung up on him 40 years later. What about this? If it weren't for Mr. Miyagi training him, he wouldn't have had a fight to the death in Okinawa.
Yeah.
Think about that. He could have been killed over there.
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder, do you think Daniel ever told his mom what happened there?
No.
Because he was a high school kid. No. Well, he just graduated. Do you think he came back and goes, she's like, honey, how was the trip? Do you think he just said, I got to be honest with you. I fought a guy to the death. I came within seconds of potentially losing my life. But it was a good time. I got some souvenirs. And
I don't think so. I think by the time they got back together, because when he returned from Okinawa, she was in Jersey taking care of Uncle Louie. By the time she comes back from that, I think that the event is so far in the past that now Daniel's not even bringing it up.
No, they had phones back then. He could have easily just said, Mom, just so you know, I kicked the guy's ass. I saved a little girl's life. I did it. That's some summer vacation.
It sure was.
He saved Una, is that her name? He saved Una's life. And he fought a guy to the death.
I think he just would have left out some details because he would know that it would freak out his mom.
I don't know. I think Daniel exaggerates. Look what he did on Cobra Kai. How he keeps turning that story where he was on his bike on the hill.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then he's exaggerating. It's like a mountain. It's a huge, So what if, I think Daniel exaggerates enough. I could see him making this a lot worse to Lucille. I fought off 50 guys.
Yeah, you make a good point.
Bullets were flying everywhere. I was dodging them with the skills I learned from Mr. Miyagi. Anyway, I'm getting all over the place, but it was quite a summer vacation for that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He did it all out there.
Not many of us can tell a story like that when we come back from summer break.
No. So if it weren't for Mr. Miyagi, that whole summer wouldn't have been like that. Mm-hmm. But I also got to think Daniel would have been a little bit more humble with Allie. Maybe he wouldn't have been such a dick and lost her in the first place. And also you got to think he never would have met Jessica, which is probably good because Jessica must have given him the worst blue balls this kid's ever had.
God. I mean, you just cannot get over.
I can't. I've never seen a girl be like, so yeah, we should go out immediately. I am way into you. I fucking you right now. 30 minutes later, he throws some cologne on his balls. He shows up and she's like, hey, I've lost all interest. I don't know what happened the last 30, 40 minutes. I am just so friend zoning you. I am so disinterested.
Some ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, and Daniel's sitting there like, well, what changed in her? I mean, what could have changed in your heart in the amount of time it took me to go home, take a quick shower, and come back?
Yep. I'm
still in the same clothes, for God's sakes. What happened here? Anyway, guys, like I said, like, subscribe, click the bell icons, comment.
Please.
If this is the voice of reason, aren't we glad she's back, everybody? She was gone for a little while there.
Yeah.
And of course, I've been the troll. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another ridiculous video. Bye.
Bye.